The Honorable Mr. Daud and beloved audience, my name is Kera Aldiana Aulia Masa with student ID number 2302040027. On this beautiful occasion, let me tell you about the story of my life. When I was in middle school, in my early teenage years, I always locked myself in my room all day and all night, being on my phone and laptop just to watch some videos on YouTube or scrolling through social media. I remember clearly that after having dinner with my family, I would isolate myself right away and avoid the family conversation in front of the TV. I rarely talked to almost anybody in my home. After finishing school, I would go to my friend's house and be there for hours just to chit chat and play around. Strangely, at that time, I feel happier being outside with my friends than being in the house with my family. But when I moved out and lived alone, I just realized that the dinner moments I have with my family couldn't be repeated. Maybe it could, but it would be rare because I had to study out of town. After I graduate, I will look for a job and will be busy because of it. When I have enough money and mentally ready, I will get married, have my own family, and probably my own house. So basically, I'm not a part of my parents' house anymore at this point. When I started college, I was on my own. When I was in my early teens, I didn't realize that there would be times when I would miss the times when all I had to worry about was schoolwork. I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat tonight because my mother has prepared food that can be eaten immediately for dinner. I don't have to worry when the fan in my room breaks. My father will immediately fix it. I don't have to cry alone because my sister is always ready to listen to all my complaints. But now, everything I didn't have to do at that time, I ended up doing by myself. Another story. When I was in grade 12, the practical exam held for the art and culture subject was an art performance. All grade 12 students were required to perform a folklore drama performance. At that time, I played the character of a yellow angel in the Jakartarup script. My character was a coquettish, flirty, and cheerful angel, which was very different from the character I had, at least the one I showed to others. But when I was on stage, I felt excited. The applause and laughter of the audience seemed to awaken the spirit inside me. I felt happy being on stage and playing a role. For me, that was one of the happiest and most unforgettable moments I have ever had. Then, at the end of grade 12, while taking a school exam, my mother was suddenly hospitalized due to high blood pressure, even though 2 days later was my birthday. When I accompanied my mother in the hospital on my birthday, my mother said that she actually intended to prepare a feast and a birthday cake for me. But because her condition suddenly dropped, she couldn't do it. And miraculously, the day after my birthday, my junior high school friend, who was in a different high school at that time, gave me a birthday cake with a greeting card inside. Until now, and maybe forever, I won't forget his kindness to me. When I was in college, well, like all the people my age, I also once loved someone. Our meeting didn't last long, but for the first time, I cried because I broke up with someone. It might sound exaggerated, but when you already love someone, letting go of the memories or the person at once will feel quite painful. But from that moment, I understood that a beginning will end, and every meeting will have a parting. It hurts, but I can quickly get back up. Ladies and gentlemen, from the little snippet of my life that I just told, there is one message that I really want to convey to all of you. Sometimes it is not the big dreams that make us survive, but the small gestures and attention that can be a reminder that there are still many small things that we should be grateful for in living our lives. We are all human beings who are just starting out in life. We are all trying to find out, and we are all learning. The happy and sad moments that happen in our lives shape us today. The happy moments that we experience will, of course, always be remembered and will always give us a little happiness. On the other hand, painful experiences, although they may take time to heal, will eventually become valuable life lessons for us. That's why we should value and be grateful for all the moments and experiences we had in our life. Similarly, valuing people is just as important as valuing moments and experiences. Every person who comes into our lives has an impact. Whether it is a good or bad impression they leave on us, their presence will definitely teach us a lesson. We can learn from the sincerity of our parents in raising us and giving us a decent life. We can learn from our friends who are always by our side and help us in difficult times. We can even learn from people who disappoint us that if we don't want to be treated that way, then we should not treat others that way. Life is not just about chasing big things, relying on big dreams and big hopes. Sometimes, how we interpret and cherish the little things that happen in our lives can also be the reason why we live our life. What are we chasing after all? What are we really worried about? Why in such a rush to live your life? Slow down. Take your time. Cherish all the things that happen in your life, no matter how small. You still have a family who is always waiting for you to come home. Your room is still there, and you will always be a child in your parents' eyes, no matter how old you are. Take a deep breath. Everything will be fine. You still have a long way to go, and there are still many experiences you haven't felt, places you haven't visited, and people you haven't met. So, be grateful. Cherish everything that happens in your life and stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, I once read a quote from the internet, and I would like every single one of you to always remember this. I am happy because I'm grateful. I choose to be grateful. That gratitude allows me to be happy. I'm Gera Aldiana Aulia Massa, and that's all from me. Thank you so much for your attention.